Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong, the owner of Zhong Cage Fighting Series. Number 2 is going down 2 weeks out from heart of San Francisco, Kezar Pavilion, November 13th. Now, right next to me, I have Joseph Kropschot, the last professional fight we just ate on this upcoming fight card. This fight just happened to me yesterday, fresh off the boat. Big news announcement. Joseph Kropschot against Daniel Compton. This is one of the fights in the Bay Area. People have been talking about it. They've been arranged to fight, supposed to be a few years back. It never happened. Now finally happened. Now let's get a word from Joe. See what's going down all during the pandemic and how this fight happened. Joe, let's...
All right, well, what's up, guys? This is Joe Kropschot. Man, this fight's been a long time in the making. This is the first time I'm fighting a guy who I really don't like, and Daniel Compton. We were supposed to fight a couple years back. I went to go have a fight on another promotion. Instead of fighting him, he got mad, and then he had a podcast, and he was talking about me on his podcast weekly. I mean, it's weekly podcast. I mean, it was flattering. Like I'm definitely doing something right if I have haters like that. But yeah, so we've been going back and forth, and it's just time to shut him up. I'm excited to get to talk with these instead of my mouth.
This is one fight that my fight card is, by the way, it's going to be a 11 professional fight, and I'm adding this fight on it just because, you know, your coach called me yesterday and told me a little bit about your upcoming fight a couple of weeks down the line. The fight got canceled, right?
Yeah, so I was supposed to fight originally like November 5th. We had something lined up. Then it was November 19th for CFFC. I guess this guy I've trained with before, but he pulled out. And I'm in shape, so I was like, let's just go and get something going.
And then Daniel Compton's supposed to have a fight coming up this weekend, actually, and his opponent pulled out.
Okay.
So it just happened when your coach called me like, hey, you know, Joe's available. What do we got? I said, I don't really know. It's like, what about the fight with Daniel? They supposed to be dancing late years ago. I'm like, that's one fight I am very motivated to put together because this is the fight that everyone in the Bay Area wants to see. In the middleweight division, I think your name is always floating around in the middleweight. His name is always floating around, and this is the fight. Finally, we can make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think he's looking for a little relevance too. He's been out of the game, and I'm just gonna give him a reason to retire and go do work because I'm still young in this game. And,
so now let's analyze the fight, right? What do you see yourself like? What do you see him as a whole? For you to penetration to get the W.
That's actually the word we're thinking of holes. He has a lot of holes in his game. He's stiff. He stands super upright and just it's telegraphed. A lot of it looks telegraphed and stiff. And I'm gonna come out there and be a lot more mobile. My striking's a lot better. Like we know he doesn't like to stand up. We have a similar opponent in Marcus Gaines. We both fought him, and he would not stand up with Marcus Gaines for 10 seconds.
Right.
So I imagine he's gonna try to wrestle me. I would assume he is. He's gonna be diving for my legs.
So what you think of? You gonna end up gonna be a ground submission, or what's your take on this?
It very well could be if he's dumb enough to try to keep going for that. But I think for the most part, I'm gonna keep him on the feet and punish him, and make him work, and I'm gonna beat his ass on the feet. That's the plan.
And that's definitely for all the MMA fans out there who doesn't train MMA who watching MMA, I think it's definitely a treat. You're gonna see some stand-up slugfest, and you guys are similar height. I believe he's 6'3", you're 6'2".
Yeah, I think we're about the same height.
You guys about the same height, so it will be interesting if this fight end up on the feet the whole time.
We'll see. I highly doubt he's gonna stay on the feet with me the whole time.
Do you ever think yourself taking him down? Because I know you have a very good ground game.
Yeah, definitely. I could take him down too. I'm a mixed martial artist. Like I'm ready to beat him everywhere. Yeah, beat him everywhere, ground and pound, beat him on the feet, whatever I need to do.
Now this fight got so much animosity involved. For years of people been talking about this fight. I've been trying to put this fight together, and I don't give up because a bigger promotion, they're trying to also scout this fight and put on a different places. I'm like, damn it. And finally this fight just happened. After the pandemic, my second pro show's back to the North California. So do you think this fight will go to a distance?
No way. No way. I'm going to get him out of there in a few rounds. Maybe it'll be 2, maybe 3. Could be the first round, but I'm getting him out of there for sure. No way it goes to the judges. And you know that, Daniel. You know that.
Don't want to wait to the judges' scorecard.
No, it's not
Fuck
good.
that.
I've never had a fight go to the judges.
That's true.
So,
well, you're an exciting fighter, you know,
Yeah.
like, so now I know you have a little hiccup during this pandemic. Let's talk a little bit about, you have 1 or 2 losses, but, you know, I watched your LFA fight. When you lost to that guy, he is definitely like a world-class fighter in the UFC caliber.
Yeah.
You will piece him out on the feet.
Oh yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
and I definitely can see your striking verse compared to the fight before. A few years back on my event, you definitely making a big, huge improvement. But like you say, you're young, you got a lot of room to grow.
Oh yeah.
So on this upcoming fight, what do we expect your striking? You think it's gonna be better than the fight when you in the LFA?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been working so much with like really good coaches daily, like every day working on my strike and my grappling. So yeah, my striking is going to look a lot better than even my last fight, and it looked pretty good then. So it's going to be next level. I really do see me putting him out with the hands on the feet. He's tall, he's stiff, he's a hittable guy. I'm going to break him and retire him.
Well, you only have 2 losses, and both losses are to all the elite fighter in the world.
Yes.
You know, the first loss you have, he's already in UFC. And the last guy you lost to, I think he probably gonna get signed.
He just fought in the UFC. He's signed also.
Oh
so
shit!
Both of them are. Yeah, both the guys I've lost to are in the UFC. That speaks to where, you know, I think the level I'm at, and like that I belong in that elite echelon of guys. And then I look at the guys who Daniel Compton has lost to, and who Daniel Compton has fought. And it's nowhere near the same level.
Now he also losing to Adam Walmsley, which means he's been talking about, you know, Adam talking about wanting to get that rematch, but Daniel's like, oh, which one is talking about the rematch? I forgot actually. Either Daniel won a rematch or Adam won a rematch, and I know you trained with Adam before, right?
Yeah, I have trained with Adam before.
Yes.
Daniel Compton seems to have beef with a bunch of people just because he's like a shit human being from what I see. Like he really is. He's just a punk. So I'm excited to like carry the flag and be the one to retire him. So the rest of us like actual, real like genuine fighters can move on without him. I'm excited.
Now, if people want to get a hold of you, Joe, it's only 2 weeks out to get tickets. Come watching you fight. How can people contact you?
You guys can contact me on Instagram at Hey Joe Jitsu. That's the Instagram handle. Or Facebook. I don't really check as much, but I'll be on Instagram, and you can also come get tickets from me at Team Santos Jiu Jitsu, El Nino Training Center, Cal Strength, my strength and conditioning gym. So you guys can get that wherever. I'll have them on me, and I'm going to sell a lot of tickets in 2 weeks. For, you know, 2 weeks I can do a lot.
Hopefully we draw. I mean, this is one last fight that we add on the pro card. Very exciting that it just because stylistically, like, you know, you are definitely one of the up and comer at the 185-pound division. That everyone's having an eye on you. I know Ivan Benilic wanted to fight you, but end up didn't happen because of when I match him up, you were having a fight lined up at the time. End up he's fighting for Justin Baseman for the upcoming title fight. Now, if best case scenario, if you come out this win, would you be interested in the fight whoever is going to win, Justin Baseman or Ivan for the belt?
Yeah, I would be willing to fight that. And we know, I mean, for the most part, I think that's going to be Ivan beating Justin Baseman. No disrespect to you, Justin, but Ivan should be fighting some higher level guys than that. So I respect his skills. I know he's a game opponent, but I'll be ready to fight him for the title.
Yes, well, you know, that's another fight I've been trying to put together, Bellator trying to put together. You know, unfortunately, like how things looking, the pandemic, not really sure Bellator when it's going to come back. You know, they just have a very successful event in September, so it's going to be hard to say. It depends on all these regulations and all that stuff. You know, so out of Ivan, besides Ivan, is there any 185-pound fighter that in the regional scene, even in LA or anywhere in the world that you wants to fight?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh man, that's a tough one. I mean, I've always got my eyes set on whoever's champ right now. So like Israel Adesanya is champ. That's who I'm always like thinking of when I'm training. Is like, am I good enough to beat Israel Adesanya? That's my goal. So right now I would say him. It used to be like Chris Weidman when he was champ.
Oh,
So I'm like gunning for the guys who are the champions of the best divisions right now.
Chris Weidman might take a while for him.
Yeah, take a while for him.
Even come back to the top. I'm not even thinking he's ever gonna make it back to the top with that kind of a, you know, pretty heavy drastic damage of his leg, and now the weight class is pretty stacked and so many up and comers. So he's gonna have to you know, put a few people down before even get to the top shelf. But yeah, Israel Adesanya will be a good goal to achieve. I think he's also on your generation too, because by the time you get to the top, you know, the next couple of years, I think Adesanya might be still on the top.
Yeah, he could be.
He could be, yes. So now, if Daniel Compton watched this interview, what do you have to say to his face?
Well, I know, Daniel, you are going to be watching this because you're a fan. And I guess I just got to say, hope you're ready for what's going to happen, because I'm going to beat your ass. And you better be ready for that. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm going to talk with these on November 13th.
Now, I know you're 2 weeks out, 185 pound plus one. What do you walk around weight right now?
That's gonna be my first battle. I'm probably about 200 right now, but I've been, because I was gonna have a fight the week after, I've already been like dieting down. But during the pandemic, I got pretty heavy. I was like,
yeah, like everyone else the same way, right?
Yeah, I was just lifting, not doing as much like cardio. But that was very early in the pandemic. So right now I'm at a cool 200. It's gonna be an easy cut.
That's awesome. Well, you know, if anyone looking for a exciting fight, Daniel Compton versus Joe Kropschot, it's going to be another epic classic fight at the Zhong Cage Fighting Series. Number 2 is going down November 13th. Now, this event is also very special because we are collaborated with Mongol Fighting Championship. So half the fight card fighters pretty much from overseas, Dagestan, Mongolian, Korea. So with Korean, we have a lot of overseas fighter. Actually, we'll be fighting on this upcoming card, and a few of the winners will probably get selected with fighting in the Mongolia in February, I believe. They have a show. So the CEO of the Mongol Fighting Championship owner is going to be there at the event. It's going to be watching, and this event's also going to be broadcast in Mongolia ESPN station live in their country. So the whole event is going to be broadcast, including the amateur portion. So it's going to be a lot of eyes going to be watching this event. So a lot of up-and-comer from the Bay Area will be discovered internationally. It's going to be very exciting. So, and if you guys can make it to the event, also please order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. Please smash the subscribe button and the like button. Support my channel, Dragon House MMA, and I truly appreciate all the love and support from the Bay Area. Now, any special loved ones, coaches, sponsors that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I guess I'll give a shout out to my fiance. She's awesome. Like my coaches, John. I have Gilbert Melendez, my boxing coach, Jairo. Thank you guys for believing in me and continuing to push me at like an elite level all through this pandemic. Just knowing that we're gonna have a fight in line, like it's just been I have a great team around me. So.
Well, you gotta stay ready because you are one of the guys probably gonna get a call pretty soon. Yeah. You know, so just maybe 1 or 2 fights away, we'll be in a big stage. So gotta stay ready. You know, that's all the fight fans out there. Hopefully, you guys can tune in for this upcoming fight. A lot of up-and-comer from the Bay Area regional scene, also overseas, coming over here to fight, to put on a show. Everyone trying to crawl up to the ladder, trying to get to the top. So pandemic seems like retiring a lot of OG fighters, and now it's like a lot of really hungry guys that want to make it, and now he's gonna make it. You know, so awesome. Any last word you want to say to anyone else?
No. The pandemic may have been retiring a lot of fighters, but I'm going to be the one to retire Daniel Compton. So you guys be ready for that. And thank you for putting on the show and making this fight happen.
Always honored to have you on the show, and you always put on an exciting fight, and never regret having Joe Kropschot on the event. Always. And I'm trying to get 1 or 2 more fights from you, hopefully, before you go to a big league like all the other fighters that get my belt and then went to UFC, Bellator signed. So take advantage to come down, watching all the up-and-comer local Bay Area, born and raised. You're born and raised in the Bay Area, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Here we go now. So don't miss it. And one more time, shout out to Joe Kropschot. We'll be competing on our upcoming event, November 13th. And I'm Zhong, signing out. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Oh yeah.